Question. Is there any question?
No, I did not have a question, Mr. Jones.
Okay, guys, go ahead and start working on your warm-up. So the first part is, in your own words, define watershed. And for you overachievers, is a bonus question. Describe 3 characteristics of a transition zone. And when you guys finish that up, I want you to go to page 140, read the case study, and respond to the critical thinking question. You have to write the question? Write down words, in your own words, define watershed. For the case study, you don't need to.
Okay.
Huh? You can use your books for, you can use your book for page 140. Thomas,
transition zone the same thing as in the tidal zone?
no, because we're thinking more. This is freshwater. We're getting past oceans, biomes, and getting into the freshwater. Yeah, guys, try not to. For the number 1 and for the bonus, try not to use the book. I just want what you guys know is your own words. So again, use your own words, your own ideas. I'll give you guys 2 more minutes to finish that up. Guys, and don't get hung up on these for too long. I want you guys to get to page 140 for the case study. There's no wrong answer, so just write whatever you feel. Okay, hold a couple fingers up. Give me, if you need 1 minute, hold one up, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. What do you guys need? 2 minutes? 5 minutes? Okay, I'll give you guys 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Page 140, there's a couple paragraphs. There's a critical thinking question. This is going to transition from what we were doing, ocean biomes, getting into watersheds. And if you're done, give me a little thumbs up on your chest. Just know. See if you're done. Okay, one more minute. One more minute. Alright, now take 15, 20 seconds, speak with a neighbor, and let's go over number 1. Tell your neighbor what you guys wrote down for watershed.
It's a drainage.
Oh, I don't know.
However, I'm not sure it's good. More cloudy, it is slower, and has less dissolved oxygen.
Okay, is there a group that wants to share? Is there a group that wants to share what they got? Guys, come back to me, come back to me. Is there a group that wants to share what they have? Sarah, what do you guys got?
We wrote land that delivers runoff and sediment.
Okay, wait, say that again?
Land that delivers runoff and sediment.
Land that delivers runoff and sediment? Okay. Okay, anyone else? Anyone else have anything else different? No? Brett?
Land that delivers water and sediment from small streams to large rivers.
Water and sediment. Okay. To, you said streams and large rivers?
From streams to large rivers.
From streams to large rivers. Okay. Okay. Anyone else have anything that's different? These are our guys are all got the same idea. Anyone drastically different? Left field? No? Okay, good. Good job. That's a very good answer. Okay, anyone, do you guys, any group get the bonus question? 3 characteristics of transition zone. Anyone? No? Alright. Page 139. Okay, let's go through it real quick. Just below the diagram. Yeah, guys, just start calling out some ideas, some characteristics of transition zones.
More cloudy.
Call out. Okay, wait, streams, merge.
Cloudy.
Cloudy, yeah, cloudy.
Slower.
Deeper.
That's dissolved oxygen.
Slow flowing.
Fewer obstacles.
Okay,
Lower
good.
water.
Okay, I can't write this fast. Okay, good job. Alright, page 140. What do you guys think about this one? Take 10-15 seconds, share with the neighbor. What do you guys think? Do you think we should rebuild it?
You know, I think culturally it will take a while to divide an entire city, but it seems inevitable. It's very possible to levy by a practical
Yeah, I guess. It's more economically feasible to just evacuate and let the rest of it. There's really no need for a group biowater. Sick there, huh? Yeah, my mom said that to me like a couple days ago. I don't know what it is, I'm just great.
Alright, is there a group that wants to share? I'm calling a group. Thomas.
I think it's more economically feasible to let it revert back to the wetlands because once you rebuild, it'll just get flooded again.
Okay, very good point. Brittany?
Yeah, I agree with Thomas. Like, it's just reverse wetlands because it says like even like the levees can like overwhelm by
Exactly, and it's kind of what they're doing is called a band-aid effect. But they're trying to build more and more, and they're not actually addressing the core issue, the fact that they're underneath water, they're 3 feet below sea level. Colleen?
You can't really just rebuild.
Yeah, try to rebuild or just let it go back to nature.
And also like the water level is always rising, so even if they rebuild, they're always going to have to rebuild again.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The Band-Aid effect. They're not actually causing. They're not actually addressing the main problem. They're just covering it up. They're just preventing it.
Delaying the inevitable.
Okay. Does anyone feel like we need to rebuild? It's okay. There's no wrong answer. A lot of people feel we do. Anyone here? No.
It's kind
You
of
guys are all
hard.
biased. Okay.
It's hard to rebuild an entire city.
Well, yeah, but this is just over time. You know,
Yeah.
It's not going to be immediate. Thomas?
I think we need to rebuild because it's a very overpopulated city. If we don't have housing for those people, it's just going to be more crowded than us.
Okay, so you're playing both sides.
Yeah.
Just playing devil's advocate.
Someone else is playing.
No, that's good. I mean, that's the thing is that a lot of these problems we're going to deal with in the whole semester next year is going to be where there's no right answer. There's going to be problems that it's kind of the lesser of two evils. There's going to be there's going to be solution A and solution B. Each one has its pros and cons, and these are decisions that people need to make.
What do you mean by reverting back to the wetlands?
Reverting back, which so Katrina, there was this huge flood, destroyed half of New Orleans, more. I'm sure you can read about it. But basically, what this means is that it's a portion of the town that was just demolished, and naturally, it's a wetlands, it's an estuary, it's a delta. So what they're saying is that do not rebuild and just let it over time, over the course of 10 years, 20 years, 100 years, who knows how long exactly it will take, let it go back to its natural course, its natural environment. Or should we rebuild and rebuild the city and build it back? So who knows? But it seems like all of you guys were pretty much on the rebuild. Or not rebuild, sorry. Let revert. So what, 32 of you, whatever you? 31? Okay. Alright, good job guys. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little homemade watershed. A little project. So we're going to test watershed principles by constructing a watershed model and analyzing the associated factors and impacts. Okay, so I'll pass this out and do a quick demonstration. Okay guys, remember in our PowerPoint yesterday we were talking about how an estuary and estuaries and estuaries and wetlands can provide flood control. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys know why? Remember we talked about it? Someone tell me why or how? No one? You guys can take out your notes if you need to refresh. Yeah. Okay guys, did everyone get one? Yeah. Okay, yeah, estuaries and wetlands, they can kind of act as a boundary because they're a buffer. They can support, they act as flood control. They're able to buffer and support basically the boundary between what could be the ocean or and the land environment. It's right on the boundary, okay? So we're going to kind of get into this ability for estuaries and for wetlands and to absorb water. And part of this is called a watershed. Now guys, remember you define a watershed. It's an area in a region that provides water, sediment, nutrients to lakes and streams and different bodies of water. Okay, so take a look at this homemade watershed. You guys will be working in groups. I'm going to kind of change groups up a little bit. But basically, we take a sheet of paper, you crumple it into a loose ball. Okay? And you straighten it back. And we're going to tape it onto a manila folder. Now before you do this, write your name on the back of it, or your group's name, everyone in the group. So you're going to tape it onto a folder. I don't have tape here at the moment, but so imagine it's taped onto here. Okay, then you're going to use blue pen, blue water-based pen. This is all washable water-based. So if you get it on it, you can give it up. Now you're going to highlight, you're going to go over, you're going to run this over, you're going to highlight the ridges. This is basically your topographical map. Okay, we're doing a little simulation. Just imagine this is like a rural community. So this is your topography for the region. So you're going to run it over the ridges and the mountains. Go on the whole thing over here. So you're going to run this through. You're going to do a little more than what I did, but it's got the idea. Okay, then you're going to take red. Red is going to represent pesticides. Oh, this is orange. Yeah. Okay, red is going to represent pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers. What does the blue represent? No, not the water. These source zones. Yeah, these are source zones, correct. But the blue is going to represent like sediment, like just general erosion, sediments being carried down. Okay, the red represents fertilizers and pesticides. And so this is like a little farming community, right? So where do you normally grow crops? Flat. Generally on a flat land, right? So you're not just going to put it on the edge of a mountain or a hill or something. You're going to kind of put it kind of near the bottom. So let's say there's a little farm over here. Let's say there's a little one over here. So we've got some fertilizers, some pesticides. We're going to put them in just different areas, different regions. Okay? So that's good enough. Okay, now the orange is toxic sites. So these are areas where some nasty chemicals might be stored in industrial sites, something like that. Okay, and same thing. We're not going to have it on the side of a mountain, right? It's going to be generally a flat area. So we'll put a couple of these around. Put a couple of these around. Okay. Now, in permanent black marker, this is the important part. You're going to outline. You're going to predict where you think a lake would be, a stream, a river. So based on the topography, based on the watersheds that we're going to create, where you think a lake would be. And actually, it might be easier to do the black before you start doing the blue, the red, and the orange. Sorry if I confused you, but it might be easier to do the black first, because then you're not coloring over. Because the place where you put a farm, place where you put pesticides, that's a flat land, right? So that might be, a little hint here, but that might be a lake. So you figure, okay, well, then there might be a body of water right here. So you draw in your little lake. I think this is going to be a stream. I think this is going to be a little river. It's going to be a lake over here, I think. Okay, color in your lakes black. My lakes are beautiful. Okay. Now you guys don't have to be an artist like me, because I'm amazing. So. All right. Now another point. Let's see, we're on D now. I want you to label on there a source zone, a transition zone, and a floodplain zone. Now you may have, 6 or 7 different small watersheds on here. You might just have one big one. It depends how you crumple it, right? But you only have to label one. So just label one source zone, one transition zone, and one one floodplain zone. Okay. Again, put that in permanent marker. Permanent. Why permanent?
The lakes don't move.
Yeah. Because we're gonna. Okay, the spray bottle's back here, but the next part. Okay, so we're also gonna take some bits of T-shirt. We have some old T-shirts back here. Cut off little strips, and you're gonna glue these to the side of hillsides. What do these represent?
Sea level.
Well, yeah. I mean, the paper represents metal. No, but the T-shirts we're gonna glue to represents like vegetation, forests, grass. Different stuff that can act as a barrier absorb. So you glue those. Glue a couple pieces just on hillsides that you don't have like pesticides or other stuff on. Or if you do, it's fine. You just put it down below. Don't put it right on top of it. Okay. All right. Then you're gonna take the little spray bottles we have back there and spray it on your watershed. Spray it all over. Okay. Now the idea is that yes, we have washable water-based colors that are gonna run, and you'll be able to see different watersheds. Okay. Now you guys, it's kind of up to you. It's up to you how crumpled you make the paper, how many rivers you draw, how many lakes you draw, how if your area is just covered with fertilizer, pesticides, if you're a toxic waste zone, your entire map is orange, whatever. It's up to you. Okay? I don't recommend going that extreme, but it's up to you. So we're going to go through on the bottom of conclusions. How many watersheds were there on your map? What's the answer for that one? That's a trick question because, guys, you could have one, and the other group could have 8. So it's just on your map. Your map's going to be different than anyone else. Okay? Explain how pesticides and other chemicals migrate into a watershed. You guys can handle that. How vegetative cover is important to a watershed. I think you'll see the benefits of that. How environmental quality, last group got a little trouble on this. Environmental quality of watershed related to surface water supply. So guys, take a minute, remember what the definition of watershed is and what factors go into it, okay? And number 5, what other options does rainwater have that this exercise doesn't illustrate? Don't say it out loud. But what other factors can the water, what other options does the water have, the water do, that this exercise does not incorporate? Okay, so before I split you off, is there any questions? Is there anything that I need to explain more clearly? Darian?
So all these go along the lines of the numbers you made in the paper, the different.
Yeah, well, yeah, just the blue. The blue you're gonna go along the ridges, and then the orange and the red you're gonna put kind of generally on flat areas. They don't have to be super flat. You can put it, kind of on the flatter areas, not on a steep mountain or something. And then the black use trace wherever you think there's gonna be a stream or river, and then just make a circle or whatever shape you think the lake's gonna be.
All right, gotcha.
Anything else? Any other questions? Okay, get ready to move. I'm gonna change the group. Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys in groups of 4, but I'm going to assign you a partner, and then you guys, between groups of 2, you guys can then merge with another group of 2 to make groups of 4. Okay, does that make sense?
Yep.
So for example, I'm gonna have Addie and Julia. Okay? Addie, Julia. You guys are partners. So you guys could then group up with another group of 2 to make a group of 4. Okay? Make sense? Okay. Addie and Julia, Brittany and Sarah. Brittany, Sarah. Lily and Jeanette. Lily and Jeanette. Danielle, Sebastian. Danielle, Sebastian. Evangelina, Lindsay. Mickey, Kaylee. Marissa, Thomas. Anthony, Kayla. Anne, Samantha. Darian, Kayla. Liz and Amy. Zach and Alma. Lisa and Ashley. Colleen and Connor. And Jenny and Brent. Anyone didn't call? Okay, everyone remember their partner? Okay, so you guys, wait, hold on. So you guys, there's the 2, it's you and your partner, you can group up with another group of 2 to make 4. Okay, also, guys, hold on 1 second. There's big lunch, like cafeteria trays. If you're gonna do it at your desk, take a tray. You may have to share it with another group, but you can spray it. Make sure that you have the tray underneath before you start spraying. If you don't have a tray, do it back on the tables. Okay? There's glue and everything else back here, markers. If you have any, I'll be walking around helping you guys out. But if you have any questions, let me know. Okay?
Where's our other group that we're
Right, Miss Kayla. You already know, count down the days.
We're very
Whatever you want to do with Kayla. Alright, guys. Again, up to you.
We'll work on it.
Is it your right arm or your left? Yeah. If I can call it, we have to.
Okay, guys, we don't have a whole lot of time left, but go ahead and get started at least. Start from your paper up, taper it, take it to the Okay, is there a group of two that doesn't have another group of two?
I was a day over 39. I don't know what to say. Okay. Yeah, we used to have to kiss ass for people. That would be funny.
The water based why do you hate you? Because they do. I know.
Very good.
We got like 25 minutes. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go see her next and have her like look over these things because like, I want to start doing them. Like, I don't have much of a view with my church and I should retire there at school. So yeah, I just want to do it without hurting myself. Yeah, like in class I should just like bench. I'm like, oh, so I just like start screaming for like seriously if you have that.
Did you just like
Like I think I just take it away like this. You pick it up and you just like